Seems very happy with life. Chinese challenge in the men's competition has been a little disappointing, as indeed has been the Japanese. But in women's gymnastics, there are certain areas when we expect a lot from them. Should tell you that the two leading contenders, as far as looking back on Barcelona is concerned, Lavinia Milosevic and Shannon Miller, are both on the vault, which will be their second piece of apparatus. I'm not going to spoil it for you by telling you what happened on the floor, because at the end of this rotation we will look back on that. She had to wait quite a long time, the Chinese lady, for her mark on the beam, which was disappointing. Perhaps they'll now be a little bit more generous on the floor. 6 judges' marks, top and bottom disappear. Middle 4 are averaged. It's a fair system.
They've actually worked very hard to preserve the artistic qualities of a women's floor exercise under the new code, and the judges, the score comes up with 9.387. A trifle generous.
Maybe a little balancing going on. Obviously they're not the same judges, so it's not directly the case. But she was a bit hard done by earlier on. This is Luisa Portocarrero of Guatemala. She started on the bars and scored 9.637, representing Guatemala, but that's not where she trains and lives.
Showing extreme suppleness. Control from the handstand. The start was conservative and safe, but she'll shortly have to get into the acrobatic skills, and that's the first of them. A layout somersault walkout, following 3 skills. And a double spin, which almost came to grief. Having a time keeping hips and shoulders square. The leaps and jumps just as important in the presentation of an exercise, and she has made small errors. That was beautifully graceful. So light. Again, little unsureness, but she hasn't come off. Except when she needed to. Double tuck back somersault. Anxious moments.
She's had some experience in the States, and Lavinia Milosevic has some experience all around the world in top-class gymnastics. Bronze medalist in the Barcelona Olympic Games. 2 vaults in the women's competition, and they're averaged. This is her first.
Yurchenko with full twist. You have to remember that the new code values this at 9.8. And in Barcelona, she was marked as if it was 10. So, a safe start. The Yurchenko, the full twist. Good solid landing. Gathers, springs from the horse, keeps lines in the twist, and controls the landing.
In the apparatus finals in Barcelona, she shared the gold medal in the vault competition with Henrietta Onodi of Hungary. 9.725, her first score on the vault here. That's the best score that's been posted on this piece of apparatus. beating the 9.693 by America's Kerry Strug. But that, of course, will depend on how well she does on the second vault, because it's the average mark that goes forward. That she can maintain this high standard that she's set.
Same vault, same landing. If anything, even more solid. .725 for the first vault. When you think that that's scored from 9.8, there wasn't a lot wrong with it. And Octavian Bellew, the Romanian coach, still looking for better performance, still encouraging and explaining. The second vault, the same vault. Yurchenko, full twist, high, clean, and the landing solid.
And 9.737 is the average. The second vault, the better, 9.75. Challenge to be picked up by Shannon Miller. Really the luck of the draw that they're following each other around the four pieces of apparatus in this qualifying competition. Produces a top 24.
The same vault, the same precision, and the legs were tighter together. Now then.
We're back to Sidivash and Shushinova here from Seoul.
The round off onto the board, the flick from the horse, the somersault that makes it a Yurchenko. Loose in flight with the legs, but tighter on landing. That was the point, that Milosevic lost a little leg form. Not so here.
And she scores with her first vault what Milosevic scored with her second.
Now she has trained Yurchenko with double twist. I wonder if she'll choose this moment to launch it. No, played safe again. And is likely to receive the same score and go one up.
Touch more relaxed, I think, than in Barcelona when she was more than a little unlucky. You remember that Tatiana Gutsu didn't actually qualify, but was then put back in the Soviet team.
Such power, peculiar gait in her approach run, but transforms into beautiful flight and a stylish landing. The aggression controlled and harnessed, soaring upwards. And that's the landing she wants.
Did she match it? Did she better it? The judges have to decide. Sorting out things for the asymmetric bars, which will be her third piece of apparatus. And of course also for Lavinia Milosevic. 7.75 after the decimal point for Shannon Miller, and 9.762. New standards being set, the edge being gained by the American over the Romanian. Only 8.8 for a rather disappointing performance by the Guatemalan. Mari Kazuki from Japan on the bars at a 9.462